All right, Appendix B, using the projection shader. The U.S. Army Ballistic Research Laboratory Computer-Aided Design Burlacad, calculated the capability model highly detailed complex surface objects associated with the multitude small chips connected to other electronic components on a circuit board. See Figure B1 example. Individually building each chip with a complex surface of the often labor-intensive the time of the consuming the unnecessary of the model intended purpose of the package offers an alternative projection shader to create the realistic looking scan for the object. Main components of the circuit board, and as the name implies with the projection shader project image on the surface, unlike the texture of the shader, however, the fit is an image of the available surface, stretching and shrinking the necessary for the project shader of the project's image for the use of defined dimension and orientation. It'll sub the way that the advanced users can implement and customize the project shader of the Burlacad of the average user to reduce the complexity of the process. However, by complying with the three basic rules of the thumb, the image of the projection should be square with the geometry window minus the toolbar on the border should be square, and also the project image should be exactly filled with the frame buffer. Following a list of identify with the basic types of need of the projection shader. Create obtain the image of the project. Reside of the graphics or display with the window with the image of the dimension match each over there. Ensure the frame buffer is active. Display the image of the frame buffer over the graphics. Display the window. Align with the image of the geometry with the modifying with the views of the parameters. Save the projection shader setting files. Plus shader setting of the file with the object with the combination editor of the render of the image. Each of those items discuss the following paragraph with the example of the previously mentioned circuit board creating and obtaining the image of the project. First step, the use of the projection shader with the create with the obtain the image of the project. With the image can be pre-existing picture file that can be specifically for projection. It can. In this case, we take a photograph of a circuit board with a digital camera and use a commercial available PC image editor to make an image source. When we finished, we save the image as the JPEG named Circuit Breaker 950 JPEG. Note that it is wise to include the image dimensions 950 pixels within 950 pixels high. And the file name because many of the projection shader tasks rely on them to get the image of the Burlacad accepted format. See tutorial box that follows. The converted JPEG file into a PNG file, portable network graphic using the image editor, then portable network graphic to a PIX file, and using the Burlacad PNX portable network graphic to PIX utility for more information on the utility consisting of the main page. Burlacad recommended with several images of the file formats, including PIX, portable network graphic, or portable PPM. Because the package relied on the precise color value, perform certain calculations. It does not support loosely file formats, JPEG, which are based on algorithms that can alter lost image and color data. Alright, B3, resize the graphic display of the window to watch the image, match the image dimension. The next step, prepare the area of the image for the display with it ready for the image of the circuit board with the side of the photograph of the 950 to 950 pixels high to make the graphic display of the window match with reopen the retrace the core control place used in the graphic side of the window back with reference to determine how much they enlarge and shrink the graphic display window with the use of the mouse to the drag with window bars in order to see the figure B2. B2 show the retrace channel, the source, your destination size, and your background. The graphic display window scale, the numbers report the side of the display and minus toolbar, window bar areas. Note, the ray trace control panel specifically sized field will usually adhere to the report of the result of the user scale dimensioning with the graphic display area that is not even the desired dimension. Easy K with the 950, 950 path. So for the graphic areas, inputting the side of the field with the number of the input of the field, the outline, only determining the side of the display of the next ray trace. As note, sometimes the window managers have information boxes that they automatically report the side of the graphic display window as being enlarged or reduced. However, the dimension reported on these boxes often represent the side of the entire window, including toolbars, boards, etc., and not the size of the frame buffer. Alright, B4, ensuring the frame buffer is active. But some of the times I'll overstep look down before displaying an image of the other onto the graphics display window. Make sure the frame buffer is active and as not active. It may appear with nothing active at the display with the command given there are several ways to check the status of the frame buffer. When we went down the setting of the pull down the menu with the graphic view of the interface, select the frame buffer made a sure box next to the frame backer, activate the option toggled on, display the image of the graphic display window. After the graphic display window has been prepared with the frame buffer checked and set, the image can be displayed with the graphics window. To do this, we enter the following command. Pixel FB or frame buffer frame FO and its shape 950 circuit breaker pix diagram as these pics show the pix file frame buffer. The frame buffer number 0. Your makes it a square image, 950 pixels high, and also the circuit breaker file name. For more information on the pixel frame buffer, include listing of the option command takes of the pixel frame buffer. The command line consult the main man page. Alright, know the frame rate for the transmission control protocol for the ports for application frame buffer, the number of the file with the F option specified with the offset with the TCP or transmission control protocol port number of the frame, the 0 for the port with the 5558, the 0 that's already used the multiple device geometry editor, or MGED. Will you the next available the frame number for the 1, 2, and 3, etc. to determine whether the port with the multiple device geometry editor with the actual the type of the set port with the multiple device geometry editor command. Alright, B6 overlay the image geometry modifying with the view parameters. Where the image of the target of the geometry displayed edit view with the parameters of the image of the align with the geometry which for the projection of the NRK with the view with the shift grip with the scale with the translate and or AE command. To adjust the azimuth valuation with the circuit of the board from wireframe the outside edge to line up the outside edge of the projected image of the figure B3. For pressure functionality, shift the grips or consult the Chapter 2, Volume 2 of the BurlaCAD tutorial series. Alright, B7, shape of the projection shader setting file. After the geometry image has been aligned with the projection settings of the image file name, image width, image height, and current view parameters that can be saved by using the projection underscore add command. Projection underscore add command appends the image file now with the current view with the parameters to the shader file. In our case was the projection added circuit board project circuit breaker underscore back on 96 pix 9050 or add the projection file name of the parameters of the shader, the circuit number of the name of the shader, the circuit board project, circuit breaker, use the file circuit breaker pay at 90 px, maximum pix width, wide and high. Alright, now you're looking at your note the fitting of the geometry view with the image dimensions. Note the red wireframe. The view of the geometry has a scale to match the outline of the image. Alright, B8. Applying shaders, settings of the file of the object for the combination of the project now needs to be applied with the object. We did obtain opening the combination of the type of the region of the circular region 1, the name of the field of the subject for the project from the pull down in the menu of the right shader field. When the type of the circuit board project in the parameter file is pressed, applied with the figure B4 with the note with the name of the shader file type of the parameter field with the same information echoed into the shader field. Alright, B9, rendering the image. The final step of the U of the projection shader ray tracing to ray trace the object to determine all the other steps performed correctly. In our case, rendering the image identified several of the problems we wanted to correct. First of all, it's shown B5 the holes of the board or failed to convey with a three-dimensional look that we desired, so we went back and modeled circular cutouts using cylindrical primitives to improve the importance. In addition, with the running game, the reveal of the image were even too dark, and so would end up with adjusting gamma the setting of the original imager of the JPEG file for the external photo editor. They show the combination. The CR would be the name. Show the bowling. Click to view bowling operation in your regions. Inherit color shade region shader parameter file. Okay, apply, restore, and replace, and dismiss. Alright, now you see the original image on the left, the image of the circular cutouts on the right. Alright, figure 10, repeating the step of the project image on the front of the after one step of the circuit board was finished, we proceed for the repeat step to add more with the projection map with the projection file with us project different images on the front side of the geometry figure B6. We do this once we once again had to acquire the image proper size. Projection shader applied with the front of the circuit board geometry window display with the image geometry window is set up with the view. The parameters of the ones was done with the parameters can be the existing of the project file by the type of the following. Your project adding circuit board project circuit from the 950 pixel, 950 weight and height. The B7 showing with the resulting project file with the first projection top and second with the projection at the bottom. Alright, and this shows your first and second projection, image name, image width, image height, projection through on and off surf, toggle, anti-liaison, no color behind projection, model space parameters. Appendix C, extruded bitmap primitive.